before we get off the air, DJ Steven Vasquez, I wanted to say something to you regarding the chat we had about the churches and your daughter being put into another school because you fear that the school was closing down. The Christian school she was attending was closing down. I ran into two people that attend this church, all right? One of them is a deacon, and another one, one of them counts money there. He's a money counter.
He's the money holder.
Said that.
He's the money holder.
I shouldn't have said that. And this is what they said to me, and I approached him. I said, look, what's going on with the school over there, man? I hear it's closing down. Homeboy looked at me. He said, what? One of them is Trinidadian. I said, what, Ma? Mom, what you talking about school closing down, Ma? I said, I heard the school is closing down. Financial hardship has come up. He said, let me tell you something, Mom. I am a deacon over there at that church. I count that money every single Sunday.
Like I said.
I said, hold on. So what are you saying? That there is enough money flowing through there that the school's not closed? They said, Bud, let me tell you something. I count the money, and I'm going to leave it at this. I count the money. I'm not going to say a word to you. But that school ain't closing down, man.
But I think
go ahead.
You might be talking to somebody else because the accountant is a white dude, man.
All right. Now let me go to the other cat. The other cat who counts the money. Now when I rode up to him, I said, look. I said, what's this about the school closing? He said, no, the school's not closing down. Don't listen to that. There's two people now. He said, the school's not closing down. Don't listen to that. He said, I count the money. I said, oh, you count the money? I said, because the other guy told me he counted the money. And I mentioned his name. He said, hold up. Yeah, I know who you talking about. The cat ain't never seen no money up in there. Oh. So there's dissension in the church.
That deacon is a bullshit.
I don't know. There's
but
dissension.
No, here's the thing. They want to keep the thing that, oh, yeah, we're not closing the school. We're actually holding up preschool and kindergarten.
Right.
Okay, to me, that's closing the school.
All right. He said,
Walt was like,
he said,
Steve's taking his kid out already?
Now, this is what he said to me. He said, look, this is what the second guy said to me. He said, look, he said, I count that money. He said, there's so much money flowing through that church. He said, the church is in $300,000 debt.
See, that's what
he said, there's so much money flowing through that church that in 2 weeks they're going to pay off that debt.
But that's what Steve said before. They owe that money before.
Well, you know what?
This guy said there's so much money flowing in there, though, that they can pay it off in 2 weeks.
Definitely, man.
Steve said, what'd you say, Steve? They can't pay it off.
They can't. You know what? And you know what? If that were the case, they would have decided to open up the school again.
But no, they're telling me they're never closing it down.
It's closed, though.
They said it's still open.
They did for kindergarten.
For kindergarten and preschool.
So what do you mean? The upper grades closed down?
They're gone.
Because what they're telling me is nothing closed down
over
there.
They don't know what they're talking about.
The deacon
I
told
think
me.
what they're trying to do is they trying
Save
to look
face.
good and
Save
say,
face.
no, everything's good. Everything's fine.
Well, he did tell me they were in $300,000 debt. How do you get in that much debt?
$350,000.
$350,000 debt. How do you get in that much debt? You know why I asked that question? Because in that church they preach, as a Christian, how can you be in debt, boy? How could you pay back your debts, boy?
Yeah, there's some
crazy
stuff that goes on there.
Okay, all right. I'm glad we're on the same page with that.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. Like I said, I'm not from that church. I mean, that's Pentecostal church. I'm a Catholic.
There's something that definitely going wrong over there. But look,
listen.
Go ahead.
Some fraudulent shit going on.
Hey, I don't want to talk on it, but you know.
This happens with everything. Where anytime money's involved, everybody's trying to get their hand in there.
That's exactly what I say. You put your own money in, it won't be as nasty. At least it won't be your money that they fumbling with. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it is, because I had my child in there since she was a baby.
There you go. You see? All right. Well, with that said, shout out to everybody online. Let's see. Dirty Joe 1, he was just going to bless it so nobody ODs. Referring to the cocaine of the priest.
No, you got to bless the coke before you snort it.
He goes on to say, now I won't mind giving my money to that church because at least they flip it.
For real.
That's what I'm talking about, homeboy.
That school won't close down, Steve.
All right. Janiqua says something ain't quite right there. No, you're right. Clergymen are throwing 530 pounds worth of cocaine around. You're right.
Liquidizing
something is not right. Liquidizing it in a laboratory
He's working
in
on
his house.
alternative fuel.
All right. Any last words you guys want to say before we get out of here?